We were just minding our own business, waiting for ground transportation, and the shooting started in this building, and immediately was mass chaos, people running by. It was hard to decipher exactly what was happening. I consider myself aware of most things, but this was really hard to figure out what was happening. And the man ran down the escalator with the sheriffs and the police in pursuit. And that's all I saw.
All of the action was at Terminal 2.
Yeah, down here. And so everybody assumed up there they were safe. And then bam, 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 and everybody just started running for the doors. And
no idea as to who was pulling the trigger.
No idea. Just that it was inside and that everybody started running this way outside. And then it seemed like it happened one more time again. I didn't hear the shots, but everybody took off again.
Millions of London Underground passengers have been hit by travel chaos after unions called a 24-hour strike. Aerial footage from the UK capital showed commuters struggling to get to work. The industrial action is part of a long-running dispute over ticket office closures. Unions say over 800 jobs have been axed and allege it has resulted in staff being abused by angry passengers queuing at ticket machines. The city's mayor, Sadiq Khan, criticised the walkout. The disruption brought gridlock during the early Monday morning rush hour. The strike is set to end at 6 p.m. local time, though normal service is not expected to resume until Tuesday morning.
It's a pretty big shift, given that for the last several months, since really October, when the intelligence agencies, when this news came out that they were of the opinion that Russia was trying to meddle in the election, Donald Trump has been consistently against that notion, and then also, in addition to challenging the notion itself, has challenged the methodology and the quality of the work done by the intelligence agencies. So for him to now say, or for Reince Priebus to say, that he agrees with all of it is a big shift. Now the question, of course, is what's he going to do about it, if anything?
Well, given what you just said, if Mr. Trump does in fact accept the intelligence community's findings, is his story over?
Well, it depends which portion of the story you mean. I mean, I think there was there's one portion of the story which is about just how the new president-elect, or the new president, incoming president-elect, assesses important information in the national security sphere. Presidents have more control over national security than they have anything else. And Donald Trump made an important point during the campaign, or made an important part of his foreign policy vision, the idea that the Iraq War was the greatest blunder in American history. And since it's connected to intelligence, this is an important piece of his worldview and how he takes in information that might be uncomfortable, and then what he does with it. So there's that part of the story. We don't know where that goes. Then there's the other part of the story, which is then how do you treat Russia if this is your belief that they tried to meddle in the election and that their ongoing effort was to destabilize American institutions? Is there something to be done in response to that? And so those are two questions, and I'm really not sure where they go. It's up to Mr. Trump.
North Korea could launch an intercontinental ballistic missile at any time from any location. That is the message from North Korean's foreign ministry official. This came out on Sunday, quoted by KCNA, the state-run media. And they say that the only thing that they're waiting for is the green light from Kim Jong-un, the North Korean leader. Now, also, we hear in this statement that the reason that North Korea has found it necessary to carry out and develop this nuclear and missile program is because of Washington, the US hostile policy, as North Korea calls it. And this, of course, is something that they have been saying for years, if not decades, blaming Washington for what they say is their need for self-defense. Now, also on Sunday, we did hear from US Defense Secretary saying on NBC's Meet the Press that this program from North Korea is a serious threat. Also saying that the US military is prepared to shoot down any missile which appears to be heading towards US territory or appears to be heading from the north to any territory of its allies. But one interesting thing from this statement that we have been hearing from experts is that it does appear as though North Korea is hoping for a different relationship with President-elect Donald Trump when his administration comes into power. Now, they did say, using the DPRK, the official term for North Korea, quote, anyone who wants to deal with the DPRK would be well advised to secure a new way of thinking after having a clear understanding of it.
CEFAA, the Chilean government agency which investigates UFOs or unidentified aerial phenomenon, has declassified and released never-before-seen video from 2014 showing a mysterious flying object of which they suggest could have been a UFO. According to a press release from the agency, a Navy helicopter spotted the unidentifiable object while patrolling a coastal region near Santiago, Chile. The unknown object was seen flying at a constant speed, similar to that of the helicopter, and moving forward. The pilot tried several times to communicate with the object, but he received no reply. Air traffic control failed to detect any flying objects on radar. In 2 instances, the object ejected some type of gas or liquid with high thermal tracking. Captured on video, you can see a massive plume of material trailing behind the object. Moments later, a second ejection of the unspecified discharge. The flying object was visible for about 10 minutes before disappearing into the clouds without a trace. What could it be? Was it a UFO? Air Force photo analysts confirmed that the 3-dimensional object was real, with volume and showcased control in its movements. They established that there was no evidence of hoaxing or alteration of the video by any computer application in the editing and processing of the images. Officials also ruled out a bird or flying insect, a drone, parachute, or a hang glider. After an extensive study, the Committee for the Study of Anomalous Aerial Phenomena agreed it had all the characteristics to be classified as an unidentified aerial phenomenon. For FoxNews.com, I'm Rob Demetrius.